you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy. If it was easy, there'd be no Kerry Washington. If it was easy, there'd be no Taraji Henson, P. Henson. If it were easy, there'd be no Octavia Spencer. But not only that, if it were easy, there'd be no Viola Davis. If it were easy, there'd be no Michael T. Williamson, no Stephen McKinley Henderson, no Russell Hornsby. If it were easy, there'd be no Denzel Washington. So, dreams without goals are just dreams. And they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. Don't confuse movement with progress. Remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline, which you've already done, and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do. What are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors, some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money, some of you have patience, some of you have kindness, some of you have love, some of you have the gift of long suffering, whatever it is, whatever your gift is. What are you going to do with what you have? And it's not how much you have, it's what you do with what you have. We all have different talents. Some of you will be doctors, some lawyers, some scientists, some educators, some nurses. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. Why is it selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Well, I have traveled the world, and I have spoke to millions of people. But that's not the most important thing, the success that I had. The most important thing is that what she taught me and what she told me that day has stayed with me since. I've been protected, I've been directed, I've been corrected. I kept God in my life, and it's kept me humble. I didn't always stick with him, but he always stuck with me. So stick with him in everything you do. If you think you want to do what you think I've done, then do what I've done. Today is the beginning of the rest of your life, and it can be very frightening. It's a new world out there. It's a mean world out there. You only live once. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference. I was 20 years old. I was at my lowest point. And then one day, and I remember the exact day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. My mother owned a beauty shop up in Mount Vernon. And there was this older woman who was considered one of the elders in the town. And I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror. And every time I looked at the mirror, I could see her behind me. And she was staring at me. She just kept looking at me. Every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally took the dryer off her head and she said something I'll never forget. First of all, she said, "Somebody give me a piece of paper. Give me a piece of paper." She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called the cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it, I couldn't say it, I sure couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. And with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. I was a 1.8 GPA one semester, and the university very politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Fail big. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought. So I'm in the wings. I'm about to go on stage, but the guy in front of me, he's singing like Pavarotti, and I'm just shrinking. I'm getting smaller and smaller. So they say, "Oh, thank you very much, and you'll be hearing from us." So I come out with my little sheet music, and so I assumed I didn't get the job. But the next part of the audition, he called me back. The next part of the audition is the acting part of the audition. Now I'm like, hey, okay, maybe I can't sing, but I know I can act. So they pair me with this guy, and again, I didn't know about musical theater. And musical theater is big, so they could reach everyone all the way in the back of the stadium. And I'm more from a realistic, naturalistic kind of acting where you actually talk to the person next to you. So I don't know what my line was. My line was, "Well, hand me the cup." And his line was, "You're gonna get a haircut. So you will catch a break." And I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. Someone talked about it. Won the Tony Award. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater that I failed that first audition 30 years prior. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Fall forward. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have to fail? While it may be frightening, it will also be rewarding. Because the chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. Keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Without commitment, you'll never start, but more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy. If it was easy, there'd be no Kerry Washington. If it was easy, there'd be no Taraji Henson, Pete Henson. If it were easy, there'd be no Octavia Spencer. But not only that, if it were easy, there'd be no Viola Davis. If it were easy, there'd be no Michael T. Williamson, no Stephen McKinley Henderson, no Russell Hornsby. If it were easy, there'd be no Denzel Washington. So dreams without goals are just dreams. And they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. Don't confuse movement with progress. Remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline, which you've already done, and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. Versus saying we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do. What are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors. Some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money. Some of you have patience. Some of you have kindness. Some of you have love. Some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? And it's not how much you have.
Hello, guys.
It's what you do.
Please, if you can hear me, just type in 111 on the chat box. Please, if you can hear me, type 111 on the chat box. Please, if you can hear me, type 111 on the chat box, please. Vera, can you hear me? Yeah, just okay. It's Annie here. It's Annie here. Annie, if you're here, can you please type 111 on the chat? Please type in 111, Annie. It's Annie here. All right, I'll just go on with the meeting. Any other person that comes can join in later on. All right, guys, are you ready? Please, once you come in, please let your video be off. All right, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for being on the platform. I'm very, very excited to have you guys here. We are going to be fast and quick about this class because I have other classes to attend to as well. So thank you for coming. This is group 3. So we're going to make it real quick. Please, I will want all of us to do this together so that we can be able to maximize the time we have, okay? So Time to time, I would like us to type in our questions, or we can as well type in raise our hand so that I can as well know if you have a question. Also, you can also type in if you don't understand, just let me know. I will come back and do it. So, how many of us have gone through the little PDF, the PDF I shared on the WhatsApp group chat? If you know you have gone through it, please can you indicate by typing 111 on the chat box, please? Type in 111 on the chat box if you have actually done your, if you have gone through it. Who has gone through it? All right, I'm unmuting all of you. If you have Vera, have you gone through it?
Hello?
Have you gone through it? Who is Technospark 2? Have you gone through yours?
No.
Wow, 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 wow. So you didn't go through it. Okay, anyway, who went through it? If you know you went through it, let me know. Vera.
No, I didn't really go through it. I've been busy until the time.
Okay, you know what? We are just gonna roll. Okay. First of all, I like to start my classes with this scripture, because sometimes people think they are doing something new or something like that they don't really understand. When did this thing start trending? Now, I want to relate this scripture, Ecclesiastes 1:9, to what I'm about to share with you this evening. Now, the Bible says in the B part of Ecclesiastes 1:9 that there is nothing new under the sun. Okay, so now Forex is not something new. Forex has been in the business, in the system for a very, very long time. It has been in the system for a very, 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 very long time. It is not something new. I just want you to know that it's something that people have been doing and they have been making a lot of money from it, and it's not something new, because some of us, we have the mindset that if this thing is new, um how can I go with it? What if I lose money? Yeah, I understand, but you are not losing money here. Okay, you are not losing money here. You are not losing money here because you have to follow rules. If you don't follow the rules, that's when you lose. But if you follow the rules, you will not lose that much. Even if you lose, you just have to lose just a penny out of the money you come into the market with. Now, moving on. Now, this is a link to a broker, to those of us that has not gotten our broker accounts yet. This is a link that you can use to sign up for a broker account, okay? I know most of us doesn't have a broker account yet, but this is the link. This is the link that you can use. You can copy it down right now. You can copy it down right now, or I will share it in the group chat later on. After the class, I'm going to share it in the group chat so that every one of us can have a broker account, so that we can be able to maximize these 3 days. So because I want by tomorrow, next tomorrow, we'll be doing practicals well, every one of us will be on the platform and will be doing some things to as practicals as well. So this is the link for the broker account. So just copy it down and let's move on. Now, for those of us that have gone through the manual that I sent to you, you probably know what Forex is. Now I'm going to explain what Forex is in my own language. Now, Forex is, as far from it being a global market, it is actually the exchange of one currency to another. Maybe probably you travel to Ghana and you change the money from a Nigerian naira to Ghana cedi. Excuse me, you have already gone into the markets. You are already in the market. Vera, don't worry, I will send it to you. I will send the link to you on the group chat. Okay? I'll send it to you on the group chat, so just chill. Now, Forex is the exchange of currency from one currency to another. So we deal on currency. Not that it is only currency we trade in this market, but this is the phase that we want to focus on right now. We want to focus on currency pairs right now. I want to teach you how to trade currency. There are so many things that you can trade in the foreign exchange market. It is actually a global market. You exchange, you can trade commodities as well. Like I stated in the manual, there are different ways you can trade Forex, but today, for the sake of this 3 days class, I'm going to be teaching about how to trade the currency pairs from your phone, okay? I'm going to be teaching you how to trade the currency pairs directly from your phone. So bottom line is Forex is the exchange of one currency for another. That's what basically Forex is, okay? I know if you are just coming, you might just hang around a bit. Don't worry, we have not done much, but you understand as we move on. Now, this is my book that I wrote about Forex. It is just for beginners. When you read this book, part of the book is what I shared with you on the group chat. Part of the book is what I shared with you guys on the group chat. But that is not the full copy. If you want the full copy, you have to pay for it. It's in my website. You pay for it and you get it. So that is that. Now, before I go further, I want to talk about something that might confuse you guys when I start talking. Now, there are so many things that I put in that little pamphlet I sent to you guys, that PDF I sent to you guys, that you guys really need to look at before you come into this class. Now, that book, I talked about what we call currency pairs, because we trade currency pairs in Forex. Everything we do in this market, we have to do with currency pairs. So as we deal with currency pairs, they are written in their short codes. We don't write it, okay, the USD and the dollar like that. We don't write it in full. We call them, we have nicknames for them as well. Like, as you can see on the screen, you see Euro USD. Euro USD, that's a pair. We buy them in pairs. We buy the currencies in pairs, okay? Now, the Euro USD is a very, very popular pair in the market. I will show you why it's very popular and is why most of the time you have to trade it as well. Now, before I go into pairs further, I want to talk about what they call PEEP. Now, the PEEP is the unit of measurement that we use in calculating the forex market. Now, My definition about the pip is the unit of measurement that expresses the change in value, the change in value. If you can hear me, please type in 111 on the chat box. I hope you are not lost. I need to know if everyone is going with me. Now, the pip is the smallest value that we use to express the change in currency. Now, we buy these currencies in prices. There are prices that we buy all these currencies. We buy all these currencies in a certain price. So what we use to calculate it, is the pip. We use what we call the pip as a means of calculating it. It is the smallest unit of measurement that we use in calculating the change in values. Okay, now you might hear forex traders tell you that, oh, I made like 30 pips, I made like 100 pips, I made like 300 pips. That is actually money, but they are calculating the money in values. Now, when somebody tell you I have made like 30 pips, you can actually calculate that 30 pips in you can calculate it to price, and you know how much the person has made, depending on the depending on the values the person buys, the price that the person buys at, and also the volume that the person bought at that particular time. So it is very, very important you know this guy. It's called the pip. Now, the pip is always the fourth digit after the decimal in the forex market, because normally there are 5 digits. You will see most of the prices have 5 digits after the decimal. Now, in any pair that has 5 digits after the decimal, those ones that have 5 digits after the decimal, the pip is the fourth. So, like I wrote it here, is 0.0004. Like, that's the fourth digit. So that is the pip. That is the pip for you. So if you want to calculate the pip, you know your normal mathematics, 100 tenths and units. So from the pip, which is the like this example of the Euro USD, which is 0.1051. Now, if you want to say how many pips do we have, how many pips movement, if the market moves from 1.1050 to 1.1051, that is the number of pip is actually what? 1. As you can see, it's 1. Okay, that's the number of pip, because it is 0.0001. What if I say, okay, the price moved to 6? Let's just say this is 6. Let's just say this is 6.1. Then this will not be a 1 pip movement again. If we move from 1.1050 to 1.1061, then you are talking about 11 pips. Okay, 11 pips. So that is 11 pips. Don't worry, as we go on, you will understand. Just follow me closely. Just follow me. Follow me as we move on. Now, aside the pip, there is something else that you will see in the market. There is something else that you will see in the market when you open up your trading platform. There is something else you will see. It is called the pipet. Now, there are some that I told you that there are some prices that have 4 or 5 decimal places. That's 5 digits after the decimal. 5 digits after the decimal. So those ones that have 5 digits after the decimal, the pip is the 4th one, right? The 5th one is actually the pipet. There are forex brokers that also actually give you 5 digits, while others give you 3. It depends on it depends on your broker. Depends on the broker you are using. When you are using there are some brokers that will actually give you 4 digits. They won't include the pipet there. They won't include the pipet. Now, some of those brokers might actually, in the case of where you are supposed to have 3 digits after the decimal, they will put 2. They won't even add the pipet. They don't add the pipet. They only work with what? The pip. That's what they work with. But the forex time broker, they use 5 and 3. That's what they use. They use 5 and 3 decimal places. Okay. Please, if you can hear me or you are learning something, type 111 in the chat box as I move on. All right, guys. Now, as you can see in my example below, this is the GBP USD. That's the Great Britain Pound USD. Now, why I'm starting from pips and pipets is because you cannot do anything in this market without looking at all these things. These are the little things that make people lose a lot of money, and it is just small. It is small, but you lose a lot of money in it. You lose a lot of money in it. So you have to pay attention to all these little things, because that's where it will come. Now, for the pipet is the digit after the decimal, the pip. Now the pip is just like, okay, let me just say it as a naira. Now, do you know that if you have naira, then there is a kobo. There is always a small digit. There is something smaller than the smallest. If 1 naira is the smallest, then there is something that they call 50 kobo. So let's just take the pipet as the smallest value. Or it is not important, because if you will calculate the pipet, including putting it inside your calculations, it won't really even move the market. You won't really make money from it. That it is something that you can ignore and you would actually make money, but you cannot ignore the pip. Now, why I included the pipets in this class is because you might have a situation where there is 5 decimal places. When you have that kind of situation, it doesn't mean that the pip, because I said the pip is the last digit, which is the 4th digit. It doesn't mean the pip is the last one. Or if you want to calculate the tens of the pip, it doesn't have to be like this example where the pipet is. You cannot say this is 43 pips. You cannot say this is 43 pip. It is impossible, because the 3 is the pipet, 4 is the pip. Now we have 4 pip here. We have 4 pip here and 3 pipets. It is 4 pips, not 43 pips. Now, but let me just highlight it. Let me just highlight. Okay, let me use this. Now you see where the arrow is. The arrow is in the 5. Now 5 and 4, if you want to calculate for pip, 5 and 4 is actually 54 pips. 54 pips, because pip is the 4th digit. So anything after or before the 4th digit is actually a pip, but anything after the pip is the pipet. It is the pipet. Now, you need to try as much as possible to use your decimals. You always write it 0.000 and just write. Make sure you have a book where you can calculate these things, because when you put it and you move the decimal place, like, let me show you how you can easily do it. Where is that my pen again? Oh. Now, just imagine you move your pip like this. You move it and put it here. I don't know why this thing is not working right. That's why I like my physical classes. People who come with book and biros. Hope you have your pen there. Hope you have your pen. Let's do some little maths. Let's do some little maths. Let's do some little maths. Now, guys, can you see? I don't know why I sent this message to only Vera. Now, everyone, you can see it now, right? Add 0.0004 to 1.30543. Let's go. First to give me the answer. All right. Who is TechnoSpark 1? Type in your answer. TechnoSpark 1, type in your answer. What is your answer? The first person to get the answer, I have a gift for you. This should be very, very easy. Can you see the question there? Vera, you can't see the question. What's happening? But the question is, I can see it. All right, let me drop it again. Oh, why is it that it's only Vera that I'm sending to all the time? Guys, you can see the question, right? All right, send in your answer, please. Okay, Vera has gotten the answer. Who else? Yes. TechnoSpark 2, all of you are right. So who do I give the gift now? People have started protesting. Vera is the first person. I think I really need to know who this Vera is so that I can. She's very consistent and I love that. All right. You see how easy it is. So that is the pip value. That is actually 4 pips. You can make 4 pips in the market and you are done. Okay, that's okay for you. You just relax. Now, thank God all of us have known how to do some little maths in pip. Some little maths in pip calculation. Now, the pipette is, as you can see, when you calculated for the pip, you didn't really add the pipette. It just came back in place, all right? So you can actually ignore the pipette. That's how it is. You can ignore it. But you just need to know that it is there so that you don't confuse yourself when you see other brokers. Now, in Forex, we buy currency pairs, but we buy them in what? In volume. Lots, another word for lots is volume. Another word for lot is volume. Now, when you buy each currency pair, you should know that that currency you are buying is in volume. You don't buy the whole currency. It depends on the money in your account that you can use to determine how much of that particular currency you are going to buy. Okay, depending on how much you have on your trading account, that determine how much currency you are going to buy. Now, take for instance the examples of the lots. There is a standard lot, there is a mini lot, and there is also a micro lot, and there is a nano lot. Now, a standard lot is $10 a pip. A standard lot is what? $10 a pip. When you are using a pair of like the Euro USD as a base currency, the standard lot is $10. Okay. Now, it varies in different currencies. It varies in different currencies. That's why I will teach you on how to use the tools. Maybe probably by the end of this class, I will tell you the tools that we are using so you can get them on your phone. Okay. Now, we have standard lot size, which is $10 a pip. Now, if you are using a standard lot size to trade, that means every 1 pip you make in profit, you have made $10. Every 1 pip you make, you have made what? $10. Now, for you to be able to trade standard lot size in your trading account, that means you need to come into the market with a good sum of money. Okay? You need to come into the market with at least minimum of $10,000. You need to come into the market with at least a minimum of $10,000. Okay? If you have that kind of money in your account, you can trade standard lots. Okay? Now, for the mini lots, you can actually use $1,000 to trade mini lot size. You can use $1,000. Now, for the micro and the nano, you can use your $100 to trade them. But you also have to be careful when you are using those lot size. Now, I'll talk more about the lot size when I start teaching you how to buy and sell. Okay. Now, leverage. Now, ordinarily, before you come into the Forex market, you need to have a minimum of $100,000 cash. You need to have a minimum of $100,000. That's in cash before you can trade Forex. So, with the help of the broker, we are able to trade in this market without having that kind of money. Even with your small $50, you can also trade in this market. That is how easy it has become. That's why I told you that Forex is not a new thing. Forex has been in the game, it has been in the system for a very long time. But the thing is that it was recently that it was made accessible that you can trade it from your phone. Okay, you can trade it from your phone, and the brokers have made it so easy for you to trade in this market because they give you leverage. Now, how does the leverage work? Now, take for instance, you have $100 to trade in the market. Now, there are different types of leverage that you can use. There are different types of leverage that you can use. There is a 1 to 10, there is a 1 to 50, there is a 1 to 100, there is a 1 to 200, up to 1 to 1,000. Now, how this leverage work is that if you come into the market with at least $100 and you use a 1 to 100 leverage, now what it means is that every $1 you have in the market, you have that you came into the market with, every $1 in the sight of the market is actually $100 if you are using a leverage of 1 to 100. Now, every $1 you come into the market is as what? $100. Okay. Now, so in the eyes of the market, you did not come into the market with that. You did not come into the market with just $100. In the eyes of the market, because of you are using a leverage of 1 to 100, you actually have $10,000 in the forex market. But what you don't know is that this leverage, that is a down payment that your broker is giving to you, you cannot lose it. Instead of you to lose it, you lose your own money. So your broker is not losing. So because you cannot say, okay, because I have a leverage of 1 to 100, let me trade the way I like. It is your money that you will still lose. Why? Ask trusted why. Why is it that Ted? Why is it that my broker will not lose even if I lose? The thing is that whenever you place any trade, your broker takes their money first. Your broker takes their money first before anything. Before you start making money, your broker has already made his own money. So they did not come into this market to joke. They came into this market for serious business. Okay, so that's how it rolls. Now, moving on, I want to talk about what they call the pips in 110s and units. I want to talk about the pip in 110s and units. I want to talk about the pips in 110s and units. Now, at 2, we have the pip to be 0.2 pips. Okay, we have the pip to be what? 0.2 pips. Now, I remember I told you that there is what we call pipettes, and the pipettes, you can ignore it. Now, look at it. Where the pip starts from is from 8. Because why? It is from, the pip always starts counting from the 4th digit. Imagine you made a profit of 0.5 pips or 0.10 pips. You know that you have not even made any money out of the market. You have not even made a cent. So always calculate right. Always calculate right. Always calculate right. Now, Vera asked the question about a broker. Who is a broker? Now, if you read the pamphlet or the little journal I gave to you guys, you understand that there are some people they call the hedgers in this market. Now, the broker is the company that actually hedged for you. They are the people that helps you do business in this market. Okay, they are the people that actually allow you to be able to access the forex market. They like one of the duties of the broker is they help you protect your money, and they also help you. Who's typing now? And they also help you, give you leverage so that you can be able to access the forex market. Without the help of the broker, you need to come into the market with at least $10,000. You need to come into this market with at least $10,000. Now, because the brokers are there for you, they give you what I call leverage. They give you what? A leverage. Now, they give you leverage because, now let me just explain how leverage thing works. Take, for instance, you buy a house. Somebody wants to sell his house and he wants to sell at what? Maybe $1,000, and you have $500, and you actually told the person, I want to buy this your house. Okay, the person say, okay, how much do you have? I have $500, so I'll pay you the rest later on. Okay, and maybe you took that house for $500. You took that house for what? $500, and after a while you saw somebody that want to buy that house for maybe $4,000. Won't you sell the house? You would. And when you sell the house, you have the extra $3,000 on that particular house that you sold, and you'll be able to pay back what? That $500 you are still owing. That's how the leverage work. That's how the leverage work. They give you access to the market even when your money you have is not up to the amount that you are supposed to be in the market with. So your broker is these people that gives you that leverage. They give you money to be able for you to access the market, but that money they will not give it to you physically. They will not give it to you physically. It is you that will set the parameters how you want this money. If you want it to be very big, you will set it, but I tell you, don't use a leverage of more than 1 to 100, more than 1 to 100. Just stay within that range. I'll also teach you how to open a broker account. And when you are opening a broker account, you will see it there, okay? You will see it there. So that is that. As you can see, in Vera, do you understand? Vera, if you understand, please type in 111 so I can know you are following. Now, moving on, because we say in the Forex market, we buy and we sell what? Currency pairs. I want to actually show you how we buy and we sell in this market. Now, there are some of us here that would be making money from tomorrow or from today, this night, because I want to put you guys in a platform where you can, I will be teaching you the process, but what you'll be doing in this class I'm going to put you is you just copy and paste. They call it copy and paste. You just follow what your mentor tells you to do, and what you do, you just copy and paste and you make money from it. Now, buying and selling of currency pairs, that's what we do in this market. Now, when you see a pair of the Euro USD, it actually means the Euro is the base currency. That's the Euro is the base currency, and it has a quote, which is the USD. The Euro against the USD, which the Euro is the base, while the USD is actually the quote currency. So when you see in your trading platform, you see AUD USD, USD chef, you see AUD card, the first currency that you see there, the first initial currency that you see there, that is actually what? The base currency. And the one following it is the quote, okay? Now, if you are buying any currency pair, that is, you are trying to say the base is going to gain value over the quote. If you are selling, you are saying that the quote is going to have more value over the base. That is how it works. Are you clear? Are you clear, or you want me to explain more on this?
Explain more.
Okay. Now, what I said is that we work in this market with currency pair. That's what we buy and we sell. We don't trade commodities. For you that is a beginner, I will not advise you to trade commodities. You can trade gold, you can trade Coca-Cola, you can trade Bitcoin in this market, but I want you to focus on trading what? The currencies. I want you to focus on trading the currencies for now. When you have mastered the art of trading the currencies, then you can move on and go on and trade what? The pairs, the commodities, sorry. Now, what I said about the currencies is that we have them in pair, which is, if you have something like the Euro USD, which is here right now, with the Euro USD, the Euro is actually the base currency and the USD is the quote. Now, I will now went further to explain to you that when you are buying any pair, the base is actually gaining value over the quote. Now, if you say I am buying Euro USD, now you are trying to tell us that the Euro economy is doing better than the US economy at that given time, based on your what? Your analysis. Now, if you are selling the Euro USD, then you are saying that the Euro economy is not doing well. The USD is gaining value over the Euro, which is the quote is actually gaining value over the quote, the base currency. Is that clear now? Now, buying and selling of currency pairs has to do with you knowing that this is a quote, this one is actually gaining value, this one is strong, this one is strong, and this other one is weak. When you know this one is strong and this other one is weak, what do? You buy it. You buy more of those currency. And when it's time for when you see that the quote is actually gaining value, you actually sell. Okay, you sell, because this market has to do with supply and demand. Okay, now it has to do with supply and demand, because I'm just trying to summarize most of the things here because we just have 3 days. I'm trying to put together what I'm supposed to teach you for like 3 weeks in just 3 days. So I'm trying to summarize most of the things here. Okay, now we trade them in pairs, the Euro USD and the Euro. When you see any pair that you see, that the first currency that is there, the first currency that you see, which is the initial of the currency, is actually the what? The base currency. It is the base currency. Are you following? Now, the following one, the one that is following it, is the quote. Okay, please, I need every one of us to look at the book I shared. You need to look at it so that you know what is a currency pair. You know how they are, you know them, you know the basic currency pairs we have. Okay, Vera, do you understand now? Now moving on, I want to talk about types of orders that we have in this market. What are the types of orders we have in the Forex market? We have different types of orders in the Forex market, and I want to explain this in a very cool term so that you understand it, because I said we buy and we sell in this market. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please type in 111 in the chat box, please. Now, because what we do in this market, we buy and we sell currency pairs. We buy and we sell currency pairs. We have different types of orders. Now, there is what we call market order. A market order is any order that you buy at the best available price. That's you buy or you sell at the available price. You are not waiting for the price to change. You just want to buy the market off at that given time, okay? You just want to buy at that given price. You don't want to wait for the price to change. You just want to buy at that given price. Now, that is what a buy or a sell or a market order is, okay? We have two types of market orders. We have two types of market orders. We have the sell order, which is sell by market or buy by market. Now, I'm going to show you a picture in my next slide how those things look like in your phone so that you know how it is. So next, we have the limit orders. Now, how does the limit orders work? Now, the limit orders are orders that you place below the market order, market price. It's either you sell below, if you are buying, let me just go forward and show you the graphical explanations. Okay, good. You see, there is on the right side of the screen, you have the buys, you buy the limit orders, and the left you have the stop orders. Now, I told you that in the buy scenario, the limit order, you place your entry price, you buy below the current market price. Now, the blue ball you are seeing here is the current price that the market is. Now, but you say, okay, I don't want to buy at the current price because probably the market will fall before it will go up. It will fall before it will go up. So I want to buy at where? A lower price. Let the market come down before I buy. I don't want to buy at this current price because I'm afraid the market will fall. So when you use a limit order, you are actually saying for a buy scenario that you want the market to fall down before it goes up. You just want to be on the safe side. You don't want to buy instantly. Now, for a sell limit order, still on the limit order, for a sell, because anything sell, you are saying the market is falling. The market is falling. Now, in Forex, what I have not told you is that there is something we call the roof and the ceiling. There is something we call the roof and the ceiling in Forex. I don't want to confuse you in that, but what you should know is that anything a buy or a sell, buy is moving up. Anything going up is a buy. Then sell is anything coming down. Anything coming down is a sell. If you are buying, you are saying that the market is going up. As you can see the arrows on the buy, it is going up. Then sell, it is coming down. So if you are putting a limit order for a buy or a sell, buy, you are saying that yes, the market is going up, but I know the market will probably fall down before it will go up. So let me buy in a limit order. Then in sell, a sell limit is that the market is going down, but I want the market to go back. If in case the market goes back, let it enter me at the back, okay? I want to enter at a lower price or at a higher price before I sell, okay? Once the market goes up on a higher price, I will sell there so that when I come down, I'll make more money. Then in a buy price, in a buy limit, you are expecting the market to go down. Let the price go down. So you buy at a lower price so that you can make more money. That's how it is. Now, for the stop orders, now, let me use these pictures to explain them. Now, for the stop order, what you're trying to say is that the market is going, if it's going a direction, if the market is going to a particular direction, You know the market is going that direction, but you don't want to buy at that particular price, or you don't want to sell at that particular price. Let the market go further. You will buy at the front, or you will sell at the front. That's what you are expecting. You are expecting the price to move in that direction, but you wait to enter the market in the front. You wait to enter the market at the front. You wait to enter the market where at the front. Network. Don't worry. I will try and record so you can get the videos later on. So if you are using a stop order, you are saying that the market is going forward, but you want to buy at a later price, okay? You want to buy at a later price. So that's what you do. You wait for it at the front. If it's going down, you wait for it at the bottom, okay? That's what you do. You wait for it at the front. If it's going up, you wait for it above. If it's coming down, you wait for it below. Now, as you can see, for a buy stop, where you see green line is actually the price that you put in your buy stop. Now, when you see where you see your red line in a sell stop, that's where you actually put your sell orders, okay? Now, a sell stop is saying the market is coming down, but you want to buy below. You don't want to enter at this particular price, just to be sure that the market is going down. If the market is going down, let it pick me from the front. Let it pick me from the front. So you don't want to buy at the exact price. You are trying to play safe. Now, for beginners, I would want you to learn how to put order, pending orders. All these orders that you see here, we call them pending orders. That's what we call them in the market. We call them pending orders. Now, let me just show you. Now, this is a screenshot I took today. This is a screenshot I took today. Now, it's time for me to show you some stuffs. Anywhere you see my box, now I will explain this box right now. Let me use blue for here. Now, what did we say about stop orders? The market is going what? In a particular direction, and you don't want to buy at that current price. Now, this is the current price. This is the current price. Where you see the black box. Where you see the black box. That's the current price there. But you don't want to buy at this particular price. So you are buying at a different price. That's why it's called sell stop or buy stop. You want to put in a pending order. Now, because you are putting in a pending order, let me just because you are putting in a pending order, now what happens? It's going to pop out this. It's going to pop out all these parameters. It's going to pop out all these parameters. That means you need to enter into the price that you want to sell at. You need to enter into the price that you want to buy at. Okay? You need to enter the price that you want to sell at or the price that you want to buy at. Now, let's move forward and show you. Okay, you see instant execution. You see instant execution. I'm sorry about that, but Just look at the left side here. You see what I call instant execution here. Let me clear my screen. Now you see what the instant execution looks like. It doesn't have much parameters. All you have to do is to plug in some parameters here and here. Okay, now in this flex box, what you put is your stop loss. Your stop loss. Now, let me just leave stop loss for now. Let me leave stop loss for now. I don't want to confuse you guys too much. I don't want to confuse you guys too much. Let me do something. Now, stop loss, okay? A stop loss order is a type of order that is linked to a trade for the purpose of preventing additional losses. Okay? In should the case the price goes against you. Now, if you analyze a particular market and you say now this market is going for a sell, now you still need to put what they call stop loss so that you can be able to limit in case the market goes against you, so you don't blow your account, you don't spend all the money in your account. So what you do is you put a limit to your loss. You don't want to lose more than this particular amount. Once it gets to that amount, market, my broker, please cut the trade out. I don't want to lose more than what I have lost so far, okay? I don't want to lose more than what I have lost so far. So what the market does is, what your broker does is to take you out of the market once it gets into your stop loss, okay? Now, aside stop loss, you also have take profit. This is why some people will tell you they make money even when they are sleeping. A wise man will tell you that if you are not making money while you are sleeping, then you will work for somebody for the rest of your life. Now, if you must make money while you are sleeping, you need to set up some parameters, which I call the take profit. I love this guy because most of the time when I sleep, once I wake up, I get to see some money that I've made over the night during the time I was sleeping. But I was sleeping. How is it that I'm making money even when I'm sleeping? It is because I post my stop loss and take profit. Now, if I put my take profit, should in case the market is going in favor of me, there is a particular amount that I want to make. And once it gets to that amount, please, market, my broker, cut my trade off, take it off the market. I don't want to make more than this. I'm okay with what I have. That is what it means. I am okay with what I have. Please secure this for me. That will automatically, when the price gets into your take profit price, it automatically goes off. Okay, it automatically goes off. So you make profit. You have made profit from that trade, even when you are not physically present. Okay, even when you are not physically present, you make money from it. You make money from it even when you are not physically present. Now, the red column on your phone, this you will see this in your phone. You see this on your phone. You see the red column is where you put your stop loss. The red column is where you put your stop loss. While the green column here is where you put your what? Your take profit. I will teach you guys how to calculate this, but why I want to show you this is because I want you guys to start making money as soon as possible. You will learn the process deeper later on, but from today, tomorrow, I want you guys to get into this business, get into the market, and start making some little money, even if you are doing demo trading. Now, I'm going to put you guys on a platform where they will send you all these parameters. All you have to do is to come into the market and key in all these values where they tell you entry price. This is where you enter your entry price. You put your entry price here. Where they tell you stop loss, that's SL. You put it here. This is where you put your stop loss. When they tell you take profit, this is where you put your take profit. Okay, this is how it is. When they tell you sell stop, you just come and you click here, you see it. Yes, you see start execution, buy limits, sell limits, buy stop and sell stop. It is right in your phone. Once you download the MetaTrader app, you can be able to see all these things. They are available there. So when you download the MetaTrader app, you can be able to do all these things. Just click on the where you see start execution. Click on it. It will give you all the parameters. Key in the type of order that they have sent to you so you can trade that particular trade. Okay, now that is that. Let me move forward. Now on your trading window, you are going to see something they call margin, and you are also going to see the balance. You are also going to see the equity. You are also going to see the free margin. Okay, somebody is saying, let me go back. Let me go back. Now, I said I will put you guys on a platform where you can be making instant, you can be making money for like 2 weeks. Yeah, the company I work with, they are actually giving 2 weeks free trading signals. Okay, so all you do during this time is just to copy and paste. Okay, all you do in this time is just to copy and paste, then you make money as you are copying and pasting. That's, you make money and you learn. What I will do for you is I'll be teaching you the process. Then other now what I will do for you is to put you on the platform, then, and also teach you the process. Then what you do during the daytime when we are not learning or when we are not in class, what you do is you try and practice some of the things. Now, the people I'm going to link you up with, they will be sending you signals. So what you do is to come and key in parameters. They are going to do the analysis by themselves and they are going to send it to you. So what you do is you just copy from the Telegram group and come and key in the values here. Where you see your stop loss, where you see your stop loss, when you see your stop loss, when you see your stop loss, you come and put it here. This is where you put your stop loss. Then when you see your take profit, when that's TP, this is where you key it in. You key in the value that they told you. This is where you key it in. Now, when you do that, they might give you entry price. This is where you put your entry price. Are you following? This is where you put your entry price. Now, you come and you put your entry price here, and you also put your stop loss here, your take profit here. Okay? Once you key in all these parameters, you just, there is a column that is going to show here. It will show place. It will show place. It will show place. Place will come out blue or red. Then you click it. Once you click it, you have entered the market. Okay? Once you click it, you have entered the market. Vera, you want to say something? Now, I think I will have to stop my class here so that you guys can really go back and see what you can do, and I'll try and get the updates across to the group chat so we can actually follow it closely. Now, there is what we call the margin in your trading window. I don't know if I have, oh, it's not in my slide. It's not in my slide. It's not in my slide. You know what? Let's just call it a day here. Let's just call it a day here. Let's just call it a day here. I'm gonna now, before I go, I want to say what I want to tell you is that